Good evening, Tina H. I want to do a video response for your challenge question 3 with more questions that may have been asked of you. And this challenge question number 3 is one that I cannot specifically answer as a first-hand person because my kid has 4 paws and a tail. And, well, that wouldn't be quite the same. But anyway, I do have ideas that parents or guardians who do have to bug out with their kids can entertain them with. Well, I would show you one, but I had already sent it off to my friend up in Canada. But I showed it in one of my recent mail call videos. But this travel Scrabble game can be just an example. You can have travel versions of common board games, like, there's probably travel version of Life. You can get an Uno card set. You can get a Yahtzee dice set with score pads. You can get just markers or crayons or pencils and just plain paper, and kids can draw or kids can write. Or, coloring books, and kids can color. And for older ones who are getting good at these things, puzzle books would be a good thing. Some of the puzzle books are probably no bigger than this notepad here. Or some may be even smaller than that. But that is one thing you can do, is have some kind of an activity that you can have the kids do or do with kids. Or if you have them, knowledge cards like cards with wild edibles or cards with knots, which I would like to get for myself because I don't have anything small for wild edibles. I just have bigger books, and that would be a little bit big to carry in a bug out bag. But something like that. Or UST has a survival card pack. Just knowledge cards like that kids could look at, especially the older ones. And then, if you have pets, that would be something else that could keep the kids occupied, would be, they would play with the pets. Maybe older ones could have responsibility for taking care of their four-footed friends or their winged friends or whatever, And as far as some of your other questions, I think I'll go ahead and answer those. And I've answered those in probably a couple other videos, but I'll just go ahead and pop them off here. One of the questions was, why do you prep? And like you, I prep for mainly natural disasters. Here in Iowa, we don't have to deal with hurricanes. We may deal with the remnants, but they're mostly in the form of thunderstorms or tornadoes or flooding. I live near the Des Moines River, and that river, as well as other central Iowa rivers, especially the Raccoon River, both of those rivers feed my city. And Des Moines Waterworks draws its water from both of those rivers. And back in '93, before we had the flood walls and improved levees, the water plant got flooded. And we were without potable water, or running water for that matter, for a couple of months. And so we were relying on bottled water, trucked in water, having to go to a specific location to get water, and make do with that. And then even after the water had been turned on, it was not safe to drink, so we were still relying on outside water sources. And that got us through that. But of course, I didn't really get into prepping until actually after I moved into this building, which may seem kind of weird, but it is what it is. But so I mainly prep for natural disasters, and I prep for any other kind of SHTF type of scenario that is plausible. For instance, if the grid may go down for whatever reason. If the electricity gets cut off for some reason for an extended period of time, I prep for that. I have means of cooking. I can do it on my deck. I haven't figured out an alternate source of heat that wouldn't require fuel for this small apartment, because I don't have gas service. I don't have any other heat source other than electricity, and really can't have a generator here. And because I'm on the north side of the building, it's not good for solar. Although I do have one small solar panel. I have a 6-watt solar panel, and then I have a couple of solar power banks, but that will get me some juice. But other than that, I will have to come up with an alternate source of heat that doesn't require a fuel source that I can use indoors. And I hope to come up with the solution for that. I have some ideas, but I need to flesh them out. I need to try these. I need to try to find some items that I could use to work out this idea, and that will come up in a future project. The only other option would be is if I had one of those little portable burners that I've seen online, that you point the burner so it's horizontal to cook on it, but then if you put it vertical, you could use it as a heater. But that would be the only option, but of course I would have to crack my slider, and that would only heat the one room and not my bedroom. But if I did have one of those, that could be one option, but I would rather have something that's more environmentally friendly. But I'll work on that. And being on a limited budget, that I can't afford to do a lot of things that I would love to do, but it is what it is. But again, I prep for something like that. This so-called zombie apocalypse thing, I'm not so sure about that. Alien invasion, I'm not so sure about that. I think they'd see what we got going on here and turn tail and get the heck out of Dodge. But that's mainly what I prep for. And of course, being that I'm Muslim, there is a growing hatred of Muslims for no other reason than just that we're Muslims. So if I have to leave my apartment and go hide somewhere, I'm working on the means to get that. Yeah, my trike was stolen last fall, but because our police here really doesn't do squat for theft of bikes and trikes, I don't look for any help from the police. I never got any help the previous times that I had trikes stolen. And soon, if things go the way I hope, I will be getting my 4th trike. But if it's the way that I think it is, I will be able to secure it much better. It may not have the hauling capacity as my last one did, but, that's okay. I can rig up something. But, yeah, I will have, once I get another trike, I will have a means of getting out should the need arise. So I prep for that. And so I hope this is a good enough video response. If not, that's okay. I just want to go ahead and do this. And I might even knock out one for your question 2 challenge. So that one might be fun. So I just might go ahead and knock that one out. And I might do a little something different for shooting that one. So I'll go ahead and get this one up. And for those that are watching this video, I'm going to put a link to Tina H down there. She is a woman who has been into prepping for quite a while, and her family is involved in it, which is good. And, the more the merrier. So check Tina H out. These challenge questions I think are fun and just something different to do. So thanks for watching, and catch you on the flip side.